it's Tree here and welcome to my Frugal Living Weekly podcast. So we're in the last few days of winter and we can actually see the door to spring opening. I for one am so excited about that. I can't wait for spring to be here and for the warmer weather to arrive. It just seems like when the sun comes out the world seems such a nicer place. The birds start singing, nature starts popping its head through the ground and seeing all the beautiful flowers appearing. We've already seen the crocuses and the daffodils are starting to waft around gently in that late winter breeze. But all those little dicky birds, they're getting louder, aren't they? I can hear them quite frequently when I'm out in my garden, actually in my home. They're singing so much louder. In fact, if you get a background noise of seagulls squawking, I'm ever so sorry, but they're making a lot of noise today for some reason. Even though we are still just in winter, we have had, here on the south coast of England, we have had some quite nice weather, some lovely sunshine. This morning started off really quite cold and drizzly, and within the last few hours, it's suddenly brightened up so much. The sun has started shining quite brightly, and so I've got my washing out on the washing line to dry in the sun. So today I want to talk to you about saving money whilst doing your laundry. So I have to ask you the question, is your washing line your best friend? I personally don't think you can beat the smell of freshly line-dried laundry. Jumping into bed with outdoor aired sheets somehow feels somewhat comforting. Every year I do actually wait impatiently as winter draws to an end and spring starts to pop its head through the clouds. I'm eager and keen to get my washing line out from its hibernation spot, which actually is usually in the shed. There are a few days, but they're very occasional, when I can, through the winter, get my washing line out. But on the whole, I end up drying my laundry, either on the airer in the bathroom, or in that most devilishly expensive and noisy contraption called the tumble dryer. So today I thought I'd share with you some reasons why you should use your washing line and not use the tumble dryer to dry your clothes. So the first one, and the most obvious reason why you should be using the washing line to save money, is quite simply because it's free. Yep, my favourite word, it's free. You know, who can resist something that's free? I mean, if you spotted money on the floor out in the street, would you leave it there? I don't reckon you would. You'd quite simply pick it up and put it in your pocket. I know people who actually use their tumble dryer all year round, even in the summer, even when it's very hot, when you could get a load of washing dried within an hour quite easily. But they prefer to spend their money. No, I take that back, and I will say they prefer to waste their money using the tumble dryer. I've asked these friends on many occasions, why do you use your tumble dryer, especially in the summer when you could easily and for free dry your washing out on their line? And I was somewhat shocked at their answer. It was quite simply because they don't want anyone to see their clothes on the line. That's crazy, because you know what? I see them when you wear them. How about another answer I received was, I don't want people to see my underwear. I kind of get that. But you know, it's quite simply, if you are that worried about someone seeing your underwear on the washing line, then dry them in the bathroom on an airer or somewhere else in your home, maybe in a conservatory or a porch or wherever where you don't think someone can see them, and use the washing line for the rest of your laundry. But anyway, I truly don't understand people why they continue to waste their money needlessly. I mean, you could put that money towards a treat or a holiday or paying off some bills if you've got bills to pay off. So another reason for using your washing line over your tumble dryer is when you are ironing. It makes ironing so much easier when it comes to finishing off the laundering process. So ironing your laundry after it's been on the washing line will save you time. It will save backache standing at the ironing board for hours and trying to force those creases out of a nastily creased up shirt. I mean, life is too short, isn't it, to be standing there slaving over that iron with the steam blowing in your face and making you all hot and sweaty. Another reason is to help reduce your energy bills. In fact, I should have said that one second over the ironing because, you know, really we're about being frugal here and it is about saving money. And that is a big money saver by putting it on the washing line as opposed to put it in the tumble dryer. So while the washing line is free, the tumble dryer costs money. Now, I googled this to try and see how much it was costing me recently, and I couldn't find a definitive amount. It basically goes on the energy rating of your machine so from A to E, I think it is, or F or something like that. But and it also goes on the age of your washing machine and the condition. So if it's, for example, got a lot of fluff in it and you haven't been cleaning out, that's going to use up a lot more energy as well. It's going to have to work harder. So I did find some amounts as to how much it costs per year to run a tumble dryer, and they are estimating that on average it costs about £50 to £60 a year to run. So with an energy rating machine of C, it costs about £100 a year. I mean, it might not seem like a lot of money, but that's £100. Over 10 years, that's £1,000. And in that 10 years, you could have saved that to go towards your pension or some home improvements, your child's education, whatever the fund it is that you want to put it in. Or, like I say, you could quite simply pay off a bill if you have a bill to pay off. When the alternative is free, I think that's quite crazy to be spending that money. If you do have to use your tumble dryer, there are some ways to reduce the cost. So, for example, if you are going to buy a new tumble dryer, try and buy one that is the most energy efficient one. So, say for A, I think the highest one is. Try filling your tumble dryer up. Don't use it for just 1 or 2 items, because that is a waste of money. And the other thing is to maintain your tumble dryer. Make sure it's clean. Keep the fluff clear from the filters, etc., and so that will help reduce the amount of energy you're using, because if the tumble dryer isn't cleaned, it's going to take longer to dry, so you're obviously going to use more energy. Another reason for using your washing line over your tumble dryer is that it is kinder to the environment. I recently read an article in the Guardian newspaper that your carbon footprint is significantly increased by using a tumble dryer. In fact, a household running a tumble dryer 200 times a year could save nearly half a tonne of CO2 by switching to a clothes rack or washing line. So we're all conscious at the moment about the environment and the impact that we have and our actions have upon it. So, it's worth thinking about, not just about the money side of it and saving yourself money, but also about the environment and how it impacts on the wildlife and our planet as a whole. But the tumble dryer also has a negative effect on our clothes. It damages the fibres in them. So in effect, it will be necessary to spend more money sooner on new items of clothing because they will have worn out quicker, as opposed to putting them on the washing line to dry. There's one other reason I want to give to you as to why you should be using your washing line and making it your best friend as opposed to using that tumble dryer. It's quite simply the sun. Mr. Sunshine has an excellent way of bleaching your whites, your husband's work shirts, maybe your white work uniform and your children's white school uniform. There's nothing quite so effective than hanging them out to dry in the sun. The sun has an excellent antibacterial effect. The UV lights from the sun may kill the bacteria which can linger after using a cool wash. So we're also encouraged to use the cool washes to help save energy and save the environment and the planet. So by washing at 30 degrees or less. But this isn't helping perhaps with combating germs and bacteria, for example. So hanging them out on the washing line and that sun beating down on them could quite potentially help kill the bacteria, which could have a negative effect on your health. So it's worth considering the impact using your tumble dryer for just 30 minutes can have in so many ways. So I hope that's been of some help to you. Anyway, I just want to move on and mention that in my last podcast I mentioned about how I was starting up the Frugal Living newsletter. So I've got some more news about that, and that is that the first newsletter will be sent out on the 1st of April. And I've actually managed to put up all the links so that you can now subscribe over on the website. So there's 2 ways that you can subscribe to the newsletter on the website. You can click on a picture that says newsletter and it will take you through to a page where you can subscribe, but it will also explain to you what the newsletter is about and what it will feature and what you can expect from it. So please do go and have a look at that. But if you just on the off chance just want to quickly click it and you're quite sure that you want to subscribe, there are on the blog pages on the main blog page, the video page and the podcast page, you can quite simply just put your email in and subscribe quite quickly there. So you will see that on those pages. But anyway, I hope you all do come and subscribe to the newsletter, because there's going to be a lot of stuff on there. So there's going to be the usual frugal tips. There's going to be lots of recipes. There's going to be new and old ones that I'm going to feature on there. There's also going to be the up-to-date videos. I'm going to try and put on some coupons. So there's going to be a lot of ways that you can save money. And I'm also going to be telling you what we're getting up to as a family. Plus, if you subscribe, you'll also be able to see what we're getting up to in the month ahead, so that you'll be able to see in advance what I'm going to be writing about. So you'll get some sort of like heads up and know what's coming up in the future. But of course, I'm still going to continue with the tip of the day and the picture of the day. So I hope you're catching those. I'm having quite a lot of fun taking pictures every day, sharing them all with you, and also telling you how we save money with our little tips as well. But of course, there's the videos that you can watch over on YouTube and on my website. They're now being posted up twice a week, so it's not only Saturdays, but they're also going up every Tuesdays. So that started yesterday. And finally, don't forget this podcast. This podcast is put up every Wednesday on YouTube, and you can access it as well over on the website. So it's up there permanently as well. And you can catch up with what I'm saying and what I'm chattering about. So if you've got any tips of the day that you want to suggest, please do send them over to me. You can either leave them on one of the social media platforms that I'm on, or you can email, which is at frugalliving@hotmail.co.uk. I'll leave the links below for everything as usual. If there's anything that you think I should be discussing or you want to hear my view about, please do let me know. So like I say, I'm on lots of different social media platforms. You can find me over on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr, Instagram, and of course on YouTube. And of course there's the website, which is www.frugal1living.weebly.com. So I hope this podcast has been of some use to you. Please press the like button and share with all your friends to help get the frugal message out. If you want to hear more from the Frugal Living Weekly podcast or see more videos from Frugal Living, please press the subscribe button for all things Frugalista. And until next time, stay frugal, take care, bye.